If you want to start recording YouTube videos, you can do so for as little as $0, or you could spend a couple $100s to get yourself a dedicated kit. So today we're highlighting 5 different YouTube filming setups so you can choose the right one for your budget. So the first setup that costs $0 is just whatever smartphone you already have. This is obviously the first starting point for most people, and I think a lot of people overthink and underestimate what their phone is actually able to do in terms of being your first setup for filming YouTube videos. Nowadays, smartphones can shoot in 4K image quality and everything looks really sharp and beautiful. So absolutely start with the phone that you already have in your pocket. However, there are a couple settings you do want to adjust on your smartphone if you are filming content with it for YouTube. First would be resolution. Ideally, you want to shoot in 4K resolution if possible, because YouTube really does prioritize 4K uploads, so film in 4K if you're able. The next setting would be enhanced stabilization. So most modern smartphones have some sort of setting that you can enable to increase the stabilization and smoothness if you're hand holding the smartphone. This way you don't have to go out and spend $100 or $200 on some sort of smartphone gimbal or a tripod. You can just start holding the phone out just like this, filming whatever your day in the life moments are, and actually get some pretty smooth content. I'm not even trying to stabilize the phone right now at all. I'm just walking around and the phone actually looks really smooth because I've turned on enhanced stabilization. And the last setting is one that's kind of weird that I actually want you to turn off. And this is HDR, high dynamic range. If you leave this setting on, depending on how you're editing your footage later, whether you're bringing it into a computer and editing in Resolve or Premiere, or editing on your smartphone in CapCut, all of these softwares handle HDR footage differently. And a lot of times they'll import a little bit too bright or oversaturated, and it just looks a little bit weird. So ideally, if you know you're gonna be just editing your footage right away and you don't have a lot of familiarity of filming with HDR footage, then I would definitely turn this off. It'll save you a ton of headache later. Now, to start off with your smartphone, you don't have to purchase any lights or film equipment necessarily, but what you do want to do is film in the best lighting possible. Like right now, I came outside to film this video today. It's kind of sunny outside, but also partly cloudy. And honestly, these are the best days to film. When there's a little bit of cloud cover and shade, it produces really nice results. And if you're trying to film indoors, try to find a nice soft window that you could put yourself in front of. That will create a really beautiful lighting look, and you don't have to go out and purchase any lighting. In terms of capturing good audio, the biggest thing is just to make sure it's not windy outside if you're filming outdoors, and if you're inside, making sure that you're not recording in a space that's too echoey. Maybe you have really tall ceilings in your living room and hardwood floors. Those can create a really echoey surface, so think about that. And then ideally just get yourself as close to your smartphone as you can, because the closer your mouth is to your phone, the better your audio is gonna sound. The key thing to getting started making videos is just to start with what you already have. Don't let gear or tech be the barrier to you making your first video. You can totally start with your smartphone. You've just gotta find the courage to hit record and post your first video. Now for our second setup, we're only gonna spend $100 to add a few accessories that are really gonna help us film, especially indoors in poor lit conditions, and also really upgrade the audio experience for our viewers. And also know that all of the gear we're talking about in today's video can be found in the description below if you want to check it out. So again, for the camera for this setup, we're just going to keep using our smartphone, because for around $100, it's really hard to find anything reliable that actually gets good video results. So just use your smartphone still. But with a $100 budget, this is where we can really get a huge boost to our audio quality by upgrading to something as simple as this tiny little microphone that I have on right here. This is my favorite affordable microphone. It's called the Hollyland Lark A1, and it's only about a $35 microphone to get the baseline USB-C kit that works with different smartphone devices, and they also have a lightning kit if you have an older iPhone that you wanted to use. But what's so great about this microphone is it really is just so tiny and lightweight. It's not like pulling my shirt down at all or making any weird tension on my collar, which is really nice. But there's also some more pro level features even at a budget price. It does have noise cancellation, so you're able to cancel noisy sounds happening in your environment if you're recording in noisier spaces. You can also mute the button by clicking it a couple times, and also even start and stop recordings on your smartphone by triple clicking the button on the Lark A1. That will start and stop recordings, which is an awesome feature. And the kit comes with 2 microphones, so if you or a guest wanted to record together, you'd actually be able to do this with both microphones. And what's great about wireless microphones are they allow you to be further away from your smartphone when you're recording video. Otherwise, I'd have to be super close to get good high quality audio in this environment, but I can actually move back a little bit further, or if I want to put my phone super far away from me and still capture audio, I can do that with a wireless mic setup. So that's audio, but I actually have a couple lights that I set up in my scene right here, and these are from a company called Nice VD. It's a 2-pack LED lighting kit that actually has bicolor temperature. There's like 3 different color settings you can have. I'll actually cycle my key light right now so you can see there's like a cooler color temperature, a really warm one, and then more of a daylight color temperature that I used for this video. And there's actually different power levels as well. So I can like turn down the light, or I can turn it up just like this. And this would be full brightness right here. And this is what I have it set for this video. Now, what's so nice about adding lighting to your kit is it allows you to film in spaces that you wouldn't normally be able to record in. And I'll actually show you right now. I'll turn off my key light and my fill light right now. And if I was recording in this space, this is what it would look like without these lights. Like, look at how bad and grainy this shot is. My window is like super overexposed and I like look awful and grainy. You can see all the noise up in the shadows of my forehead. This just looks awful. But I will turn back on my key light and make sure the color temperature is set to the daylight temperature. And this instantly looks so much better. But I think what's great about the fact that this comes with 2 lights are you're able to add a fill light to your kit. So sometimes this can create some like harsh shadows around your chin. So my second light over here, I actually have pointed towards my ceiling and I'm bouncing it off the ceiling as a fill light. So I'll turn that on right now. And you can see how it adds a fill to this side of my face and adds a little bit of fill to the background too, which is nice. Here it is again, off, and then the fill light back on. I think it adds a nice touch. And what's crazy about this lighting kit is it only costs $50 for both lights, but you also get 2 different light stands that you can mount the light to and a couple of phone holders, which is super weird. But if you wanted to like mount your phone to the light stand, you could do that with this kit. So overall, this is one of our favorite beginner kits that's really affordable and gives you a lot of high quality light that you can use in different ways. And then finally, we did need to grab a tripod that we can use for our smartphone. And one of the most affordable ones that we recommend is this one from Amazon. It's called the Sensign tripod. And this works great for smartphones and it fits within the budget for this $100 build. So for only $100, you can upgrade your audio with the Lark A1, grab a couple of high quality lights to light yourself in darker spaces, as well as have a tripod to mount your phone to. And all of that is about $100. Now for this next setup, what if you were somebody who wanted to move away from using your smartphone as your recording tool and you wanted a dedicated camera setup that you could keep at your YouTube workstation or your desk setup wherever you do video calls or recordings from your home office? Well, the shot that you see right here only costs $250 to create and includes a lot of really cool items, starting with a dedicated camera. And for this build, we chose the Hollyland Lyra, which is actually a web camera. So a camera like this plugs directly into your computer, and then you use your computer to do the recording part of the process. So you could grab a software like OBS is what I'm using for this video to record, and it's a free software that anybody can use. Or you could just grab like the QuickTime application on your MacBook. Anything like that will work just fine for recording. What's nice about the Lyra is it can record in 4K video up to 30 frames per second, and the results actually look really impressive for such a tiny little webcam. This camera does come with a little mount that you can mount directly on top of your computer as well, so you don't have to necessarily purchase a tripod or a dedicated desk stand if you don't want to. With the Lyra, you also get access to the Holly Studio software, and this is where you can kind of refine your image a little bit and decide on your level of sharpening and detail, and even adjust manual camera settings if you're familiar with those, like ISO and shutter speed and white balance, to just dial in your personal creative look. Overall, this is a pretty cool beginner camera for recording at your workstation. If you do video calls or podcasting or even YouTube style talking head videos, this camera will work great for all those applications. Now for audio, you have quite a few options here. Now with the Lyra itself, you could actually just pay an additional $10 and then it'll come with a dedicated Hollyland Lark A1 transmitter that pairs seamlessly with the Lyra. So you could just have like wireless audio going directly to your camera with the Lark A1 for only $10. But if you really want to increase your audio quality to more podcast level, this microphone that I'm using for this video is the Fifine AM8. And we've talked about it a ton on this channel before. And to me, it's the best sounding podcast microphone that I've found for under $60. It can be found anywhere from like 50 to 65 bucks or so. And even for that price, you can choose an option that comes either with a little tabletop stand, or you could grab the option that has a boom pole that you can mount to your table, which I actually prefer. What's nice about this microphone is there are 2 different kinds of outputs. So you can output via USB-C directly into your computer. And that's what I'm doing for this video. Just plugged it right into my laptop and I opened up OBS and selected this microphone microphone as the audio source, and we're getting this level of audio quality. But it also has an XLR output if you ever want to pair this with professional level audio interfaces down the road. For lighting, I still needed to keep things super budget for this build, so I'm still using the nice VD 2-pack lighting kit because that's only $50 that I'll add to this kit. But I did change a couple things. My key light is set to a nice warm color temperature, and then I adjusted my white balance accordingly. And then the second light, instead of being a fill light, I am actually pointing it towards the background at its coolest temperature setting, which is creating almost kind of like a blue RGB effect in the background because the color temperatures are so different, which adds a little bit of color to the scene. So that's the thing about lighting. You kind of just got to play with what you have and try to figure out creative ways that you can use the tools that you've already paid for. So overall, this entire dedicated filming setup only costs $250, and you can get this level of image quality. So for our next setup, we're bumping up in price to this camera right here that costs about $500. This is the Insta360 Go Ultra, and this is more of a kit designed for people who want a dedicated vlogging camera but don't want to necessarily use their smartphone. Now there's a lot of great vlogging cameras out there like the Pocket 3 and 4 and other Insta360 cameras, but this is one of the most affordable ones on the market that's kind of an all-in-one solution for under $500. One of my favorite things about the Go Ultra is just how tiny this little camera is, and it actually has a magnet on the back of it as well that you can mount to any metal surface. So if you don't have a tripod with you, but you find some sort of piece of metal, you can just stick it right up there and get some cool creative angles. This camera can actually record in 4K up to 60 frames per second. So if you're somebody who likes to do vlogs where you do like sort of action stuff, like my wife and I are right now training for a half marathon, and we'll take this on runs just for fun to capture a little running content, and it works great, and I can get 4K slow motion footage. There's also like several different field of view settings. There's like super ultra wide, or if you want your image to look a little more linear like real life, you can set it to that setting, or it de-warps the edges a little bit. And there's several different stabilization modes as well, depending on your level of movement. You can set it to the lower settings if you're kind of just doing talking head style videos, or if you're like running around all crazy, you can set it to the higher stabilization levels. Now the camera itself is this really tiny like rectangle shape. It's super small, but it actually also comes with an action pod that sort of looks like a GoPro style or DJ action style housing that this camera magnetically snaps into. And now you can actually use the flip screen on the action pod to be able to view your image while you're recording. So that's awesome. You don't have to like try to guess at what your composition is. This camera is so small that there's not actually a screen on the camera itself, but with the action pod, you can be yourself. And it also has an app that can wirelessly transmit a signal to your smartphone if you want to like control the camera that way or view your image. And because of that magnetic feature, there's a bunch of different accessories that you can pair with the camera to mount it in different ways, like to your chest for point of view work, or to your head if you like ride on bicycles or different things. Also, you don't have to have the Go Ultra attached to the action pod in order to see your image. So right now I just found like this metal pole at the park that I'm filming at. So I'll snap it onto that pole right there, and I can actually like walk away from the unit and I can see myself, like I can see my composition. If I wanted to film some like fun, weird, creative angles, I could just like look like I'm out here vlogging just like this. But in fact, the camera is over there. Like, isn't that so cool? There's also some more advanced features like iLog. If you want to shoot in the log image profile to color grade your footage later, you can do that with this camera. And you can actually shoot in full manual video control if you want to dial in all of your settings, such as shutter speed, ISO, white balance, etc. Now for audio for this setup, I'm using the Insta360 Mic Air, and this is only a $50 mic kit that you can use with smartphones because it comes with a USB-C receiver, but also can use with the Insta360 Go Ultra without any sort of receiver. It just natively pairs with the Go Ultra, which is really cool. And it's just this tiny little button style microphone that's really small and lightweight, so it really doesn't even feel like I'm wearing anything right now. And the audio quality is really solid. So if you're looking for a nice beginner vlogging camera, the Insta360 Go Ultra for about $500 is a great starter choice. Now for this final setup I wanted to highlight in this video, we're looking at more of like a pro level setup that's going to cost you about $1,000 to get up and running, but you do get a lot of flexibility to use your camera and your setup in different ways. So the camera we're using for this build is the Sony ZV-E10, and yes, this camera is like 6 years old at this point, but this thing honestly still has great image quality, and we have several team members on our team that actually still use this camera as a part of their everyday workflow. This camera produces fantastic image quality, even though it is a little bit older. Now, brand new, this camera does cost around $800, but You can find these all day long for like $500 to $600 on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. I found mine on Marketplace for $500 in fantastic condition. This camera again can record in 4K video up to 30 frames per second, which is going to be essential for any high quality YouTube or podcasting or social media content that you want to record in 4K. This camera is also the best one on the list today for actually taking photographs. So if you like taking pictures and having a travel camera that you can snap everyday photographs and life moments, this is a fantastic option. And overall, the original ZV-E10 is kind of like a Swiss Army knife camera. It can kind of do everything pretty well, and that's one of its unique selling points. Now for the audio for this setup, I went with a wireless mic solution that's a little bit more mid-tier. This is the Hollyland Lark M2, and the kit can be found for around $99, and this is going to work with both cameras and smartphones. So you can just buy this one kit and plug it directly into your camera via the 3.5mm receiver, or you want to use it with your smartphone, you can do that as well. Now for this build today, I actually rigged up the Lark M2 inside of this little wireless mic handle and inside of this little custom Think Media windscreen. But you can grab a basic kit like this for like $16 and then rig up any sort of wireless mic inside of these handles to put the microphone in a more optimal position for getting the best possible sound quality. Plus it just looks kind of cool, and it's like a handheld professional kind of podcasty interview style microphone that just looks really cool. For lighting, we still had to stay super budget for this build, so you guessed it, we're still using that nice feedy 2-pack LED kit. I mean, these things are getting a lot of airtime this video. For placement, I did it a little bit differently though. The key light over here is just bouncing off of the wall directly in front of me and kind of spilling back onto me as a soft key light. And then the second light is over here as a little fill light kicker, which you can see is just kind of creating this rim light around the left side of my face. And I think it looks pretty good. And for the tripod, I just went with this really budget small rig tripod that'll work with both smartphones and really lightweight mirrorless cameras like the ZV-E10, and it works totally fine for this build. And I think my favorite thing about this setup is just that you are purchasing a mirrorless camera that can grow with you as you want to adapt different lenses to this camera. So it uses the Sony E-mount mirrorless lens system. So even though for this video, I'm just using the kit lens that comes with this camera to save money, you can adapt any really nice Sony lens that's going to change the creative look and style of your image to get even better image performance. But if you're totally starting out, this is what the kit lens looks like, and it's totally usable. Let me know down in the comments below which one of these kits is actually your favorite, and if you're going to pick any one of these up to start making videos. Now, if you want to check out some other budget gear that we love using here at Think Media, you can click or tap the screen right here to watch that video, and I'll see you in the next one.